Hello, Detours family. We are here doing a promo for season number 2. Season number 2 is right around the corner. We have everything planned out for you. And I'm here with my beautiful wife, Deborah.
Hi, guys.
We are going to be tackling something Christians call apologetics. Apologetics is basically being able to defend your faith. And in apologetics, the number one question that people ask is, if God is so good, why do bad things happen to good people? And if you go out on YouTube and you watch videos on Christian apologetics and you watch all these people debate or go to colleges and talk about this, they give their answers and their answers are correct. But you need to be able to answer that question under very intense pressure. And so we've actually invited a very special guest to season number 2. Deb, do you want to tell the audience who we have invited?
Oh, I'm so excited. Your dad, my father-in-law, Steve, who's my favorite.
Who's your favorite? You're his favorite, clearly.
I love him. He makes me bacon and buys me donuts. He knows
what an amazing man.
My heart.
So, Dad, welcome to the podcast Detours. You have got a very special testimony. As a matter of fact, our family does, but we're going to lean heavily on you to kind of tackle this question, and you're going to take a slightly different look or maybe even more focused look at the question of God is so good, why do bad things happen to good people? Because you had to deal with a situation where people might ask the question, if God loves me so much, why did he take my child? Because I did have a little brother. And you're going to be here and you're going to go through the story of Steve Snyder's life and his death and all the questions and emotions. So give us a little teaser of what you think the most important areas are that we should cover in season 2 and how we're going to go about doing that.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of your podcast here. It is very challenging to face the idea that I have to bury my child before I die. Normal life says I'm going to live to a ripe old age and my kids are going to bury me, not the reverse. And when that situation arises in your life, it casts all sorts of doubts on, is God really real? Does he love me? And 40 years ago, I faced that challenge. And in some cases, it took 40 years to get on the other side of it to say, wow, through this last 40 years, God's really blessed me in unique ways. The idea of detours originally came out because of the conversation around this, where we were going our merry way and we wanted 2 children and everything was going to be grand and we would have a nice house with a white picket fence. And then God said, not so fast, Steve. And in fact, when we tell the story, someone actually, like a school crossing guard, put up a stop sign for us, and immediately we had to make a left turn because that was the signal that our son had passed away. And we're going to share with you the pain that you feel, how to deal with that pain. How do you realize that God's still in the midst of a bad situation? We're going to talk about what are some of the things that you can do to help yourself get through this. And we're also going to talk about how can people that are close friends, or maybe not even close friends, assist in helping someone that they know that's gone through a tough time. And it may not be the death of a child, it could be the death of a spouse or a parent or a loved one of some sort. Whatever that void is that was created by death, there are a lot of things that we as Christians can do to support those people. And so we're going to talk about ways that you as a person can be a real blessing to a friend or family member or family in general during these challenging times. And so even if you haven't ever faced one of these terrible situations of the death of a child, we're still going to have plenty of content for you that talks about how can you as a good Christian support your brothers and sisters when they're in a time of trouble.
Yeah, well, we're going to be covering a lot of great material. Thank you. You flew all the way down from Chicago to Florida to record all of these podcasts with us, and we certainly appreciate the fact that you've put in this effort and are joining us. But we have a great season coming up for everyone, so we definitely hope that you guys tune in. Our first episode will be launching in 2 weeks. I believe the date is October 2nd, if I remember correctly. But it will be that Monday at 6 a.m. We will broadcast the first episode of season number 2. But Dad, thank you so much for coming and joining Deb and I on Detours. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we really hope that, Stuart's testimony is enlightening for people, and we have a different perspective to offer, because even when you do lose a child, the answer is, yeah, absolutely. God loves you. He wants what's best for you. He loves the child that passed away. And we want to start to talk through that. And that's a lot to talk through. So join us for season number 2, guys. We look forward to this. We will see you in a couple weeks. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye now.